Hi guys, what's up? Thank you so much for joining me once again on Coffee with Teek. And I have something special for you guys today. I know it's been a little bit, but I have 5 investments that I wanted you guys to at least look at. You know, this is never financial advice. This is not trading advice. This is just my opinion and me saying I think you should at least take a look at it. These are 5 ETFs that I picked out that are I would say, things that I'm investing to in the moment and things that I just really like. And I'm going to give you guys a little bit of information on why I like them, why they're in my top 5 right now. And I never keep anything in my top 5. I always rotate stuff out. But these 5, I felt like, with everything going on between COVID and the war, I wanted to kind of give somewhat of an investment safe haven that I have found. And if you choose to invest into these, it's your choice, but you listen to the information I gave and said that this may work for me. And if you don't, then you learned something, hopefully. And if you know all this stuff, then you're just here to like or dislike it and keep it pushing. Either way, I appreciate the engagement because the engagement helps me. All right, guys? We already know what it is. Hit that subscribe button and we're going to get right into it. So, in no specific order, I wanted to go through everything, and then I'm gonna go through the 5 of them, and then I'm going to also be telling you guys why I think that they should be in my top 5 right now, and why I would encourage somebody to invest into them if they were interested in it. Again, this is not financial advice. This is just my opinion, and if you are, agreeing with my opinion, then you're making money with me, baby. Okay, cool. All right, so I have my little handy dandy paper over here. So if you see me look to the side, this is what I'm looking at. And my rabbit, Jasmine, my Dutch rabbit, is over here. So if you hear some noises on the side, that's her. This is great. I'm trying a new setup this time, so we're gonna see. Because I have like a light in front of me and I also have a light up there, and we're working on spaces, but let's get into it. So number 5 is going to be BLOK. BLOK, BLOK. They pay you quarterly. When I checked them, they were around $32 a share, and they were giving out, I want to say, about 17.74% a quarter. Again, let me run that back for you. That's $32 a share, giving out about $17 a quarter. Mind you, this is COVID, and there is a war happening right now. But this is, it's on my list, okay? BLOK basically they invest into companies that are actively involved with the development and like the utilization of blockchain and crypto. And personally, I am invested into crypto. I am ridiculously excited about crypto and the prospects of crypto and what it can be. And I think that BLOK is amazing. They're holding Coinbase. Like I said, these are ETFs. So it's got Coinbase, it's got Nvidia, it's also got SBI Holdings, and there's a bunch of other ones that are on their holdings list, but those are just 3 of them, and I'm personally invested into Nvidia by myself. Outside of an ETF, I'm invested into Nvidia alone because I really, 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 really like that stock. And I remember when it wasn't something major and nobody really knew what it was, and they were kind of just breaking through, and now they're like a thing. And to be in one of the pioneer investors in Nvidia, I love that. It makes me feel really good. But yeah, so BLOK, like I said again, is going to be $32 a share when I last looked, and it's going to be 17.74% a quarter. So that's literally every 3 months, you guys, you're gonna get 17% of whatever your investment is. I don't think you guys realize how much money that could be. Like, you don't get anywhere near that. Ask your bank how much they're giving you on your savings account, on a checkings account, how much interest you're getting back. Nowhere close. For a loan, for a car, for a credit card, you're looking at probably 23-24%. This is something offering you 17% a quarter. Hope some of you are going to catch the drift. All right, on to the next one. Number 4, Main. MAIN. All right. Main is Main Street Corp, and they are going to pay you out monthly, every single month. So this is something that you either want to put in a retirement fund because you know you're going to be collecting dividends off of it if you're investing into it, or it's something that you want to keep, in an individual account, and you just want to be able to manage it and monitor it as you go. But they are going to be $43 a share, and they are paying out 5.99% monthly. So that's every single month, 5.99% on whatever amount of shares that you own. And they are a principal investment firm, and basically what they do in a nutshell is they acquire income and money off of debt. So basically for companies that are, and I wrote it specifically, so companies that are small, they're equity financing firms. And for companies that are middle companies, they basically generate things that create debt, and then that creates income. And that all together, they're giving you 5.9%. I don't care about the other stuff. What do you stand by, and what are you paying me? That's what matters. And I like 5.9% every month. Again, ask your bank what they're giving you. Ask your credit card company what they're taking from you. Your car loan, all of that stuff. Like, these are things, like, you have to look at interest rates, and interest rates are up right now, which means that if you are someone who is investing into the market and it's something that is paying a yield, or it's something that's yielding monthly, this is the get good right now, okay? We're gonna keep going. Number 3, again, this is no order. I pretty much like all these equally. We're gonna go iShares MSCI India ETF, and this is gonna be an international fund. And I always like to mix stuff up between United States funds, American funds, home funds, and then international funds, because I feel like we're really all one big thing, and it's always nice to sprinkle money here and there, if you can, and if you can invest into other economies that you feel like are going to be profitable, or you feel like are really on something and on the verge of something, of growing, or developing their society, whatever it is. If you believe in it, invest in it. Like, you get one opportunity, one life. You're gonna get that money one time, and once you spend that money, it's gone, and you're never gonna see that money again. You're gonna see new money the next time you see money. You feels me? All right. So iShares is going to be $44 a share, and that was 6.69%. And I didn't write down if this was a quarter or monthly, and I think I just didn't write it down because I wasn't sure. It may be monthly, but do not check me on that. Or I should say check me on that, because I'm not sure if it's quarterly or monthly, but they are paying 6.69%, $44 a share. And this is basically going to be your mirroring India top 85% company index, basically. So they are looking at all of the companies in technology, they're looking at all of the companies in agriculture, all the companies that are basically just on the market that are trying to build up India. It's top 85% companies in India. They look at those companies, and then you're getting a yield off of investing into India itself. And I think that's awesome. I'm, like I said, I'm always down for supporting and investing into economies and countries, and, just people that are trying to better themselves, because how else are we supposed to grow as human beings if we don't try to raise each other and invest into each other? I think it's awesome. I'll do another video on an African ETF that I found, that I've been looking for. Like, I've been looking and searching for like a really solid African ETF, and I found a South African ETF that I'm really excited about, that I got into about 3 or 4 days ago, and I'm very happy with what I see so far. And I'm really excited because I've been looking for a South African or just an African ETF that I could invest into. Even I really wanted something that was just, like my people. Like, I'm American. I was born and raised here. But, roots are Africa. So I feel like we need to invest into the homeland and go back to it and see and visit and all that stuff too. But that's another conversation for a different day. But iShares has Reliance. They also have Tata. Housing Defiance, and another Infosys, I want to say LTD. I'm not sure if I, completely wrote that correctly. And then there's, of course, a bunch of other companies that are going to be on their top 100 list, top 60 list, whatever. But I think, with what my yields have been from them, I'm very happy. Number 2 is going to be SDIV. SDIV, that's going to be Global Super Dividend ETF. And if you can't guess by the name, it's basically an index that's mirroring and watching the global super high yielding dividend giving stocks. And they squish them all together and put them in this little mat, and that's called an ETF. And you invest into it, and you're investing into companies that are already known and valued and well known for paying people consistently on a regular basis, whether it's month to month, whether it's quarter to quarter. There are companies that come through that have shown consistently over the years, over the decades, that they're about their paper and they happen to back it up. They're not just talking a game when they're saying, we're going to do this and see what happens. They're talking a game and actually backing it up. There's support to it. Most of the time, those types of companies are also doing something for the people, and that's also helping fuel and push the environment, the society, the economy of the company itself. But they are going to be $11.72 a share. They are paying 9.59% monthly. Running it back one more time just to make sure everybody's on the same page. $11.72 a share. $11, you guys, okay? Spend more than that on coffee in a week. In 3 days, you spend more than that on coffee. 9.59% every single month off of whatever you have. And, I don't know, call me a weirdo, but I get excited and I get jitters about, like, investments. Investing is my freaking, like, love language outside of music. Like, those are my two, like, love languages. Like, the music is, like, the sexy language, and then, like, the investments are, like, the sassy language. I don't know. I like them both. It's really good. But this is basically going to, mirror the Selective Global Super Dividend Index, and it's 80% of its assets into the Selective Global. And that is basically going to be a homework assignment for you guys to go look that up. But like I said, it's basically, companies that have consistently shown that they're going to be able to kick out yields, and, they're not overspending, they're treating their employees good, for the most part, and they're trying to, better the world. They're not necessarily messing up the environment or the economies that they're going into. They're being environmentally resourceful, things like that. So we're going to go, before I move on, British American Tobacco is there, NAS, NGPS, Imperial Brands, and I put Transmissora. Again, I'm hoping that I'm saying everything correctly and that I'm pronouncing things the right way. These were just some of the top ones that I put that I thought, people should know. I always think it's good to have a point of reference of companies that are related to or within an ETF if you're not sure, if you haven't heard about it. So if maybe you hear something that's in it that you do know about, and that gives you a better understanding of what that ETF actually does. And number 1, again, no specific order. These are just my top 5 for right now. This could be my top 5 for the week. This could be for the month. I don't know. It could be 6 months. We'll see when it changes. But we're going to go with DON, D-O-N. That's going to be the Wisdom Tree U.S. Midcap Dividend Finance. And that is an ETF that pays you monthly. And what I learned this year was that midcaps pay you monthly. And I think small caps do too, but don't quote me on it. But I found out that midcap ETFs pay you monthly. They just do, and I think that's freaking awesome because it's free money, right? Yeah, all right, so let's keep going. $43 a share, 2.15% every single month. Again, every single month. Now, you're thinking about compound interest. That's where my head's at. In a retirement account, that doubled with some of that. Also in an individual account. You keep going with that. Things go up, things go down, balance itself out. This is not stuff that we're expecting to be too crazy. We're not expecting any of these to be too volatile. All of these things are pretty steadily growing things that are either moving up or moving down by a small amount, and it's not something so drastic, and they're giving you so much back in a return that it really doesn't even freaking matter, because if stuff goes down, you're always getting it at a discount. I always say that you shouldn't invest into things that you don't believe in, and things that you haven't done the full research on and you don't feel confident about, because I feel like if something goes down and you really believe in the company, or the ETF or whatever it is, it's a buying opportunity. That's it. It's just a buying opportunity. There's nothing wrong with it. It's great. The market goes up and down. You have good days and bad days. There's days you feel amazing, and then there's days you feel like shit. That's what happens with the market too. The market is a reflection of human behavior and human emotion, whether people realize that or not. But again, that's a conversation for a whole nother day. But I'm just going to run it again and say it's only $43 a share. They're paying you $215, and that is going to be basically U.S. mid-cap equity from a broad range of dividend-paying companies, and more dividends, more yields. We want to get paid as much as we can. The banks are getting rich. Why not be a part of that investment return? Instead of spending it all, instead of just putting it in a bank where it's going to sit there, take a couple $100, whether it's you having to save $1 a day for the entire year, so you have $365, and you have a couple $100 plus one and a half, and you're all good. Just keep investing and just keep trying. And I've been investing for about 6 years now, almost about five years, 6 years, about 5.5, I'll say, to be safe. And you don't really start seeing things until year 4 or 5. And the reason for that is the compounding. And the reason for that is stuff goes up and down. And there's gonna be times where you feel like you lost a bunch of money, and then a week or 2 or 3 or 4 go by and you've made more than that. And then you may lose some, and then you're gonna win some. It's a back and forth little game that you have to kind of just be okay with as an investor. But if you're willing to take the ride, and I always say invest into companies and ETFs and ideas. If you're getting into crypto, invest into ideas and projects that you believe in. That way, if it goes down, you don't feel like you're taking a hit. You feel like you're on a freaking joyride and you're getting stuff for free. You want it to run. If it runs down so low that you feel like you can buy more stuff, I'll buy more stuff. Hold on. That is how you grow your wealth. You protect your wealth. You buy things when they're low. You sell things when you're high. Or you just hold your freaking panties, man, and you collect your dividends until you're ready to get out. That is how you do it. That is how we're going to do it. And those are my 5. That's all I got for today. It is definitely like 20 minutes to 3 in the freaking morning in New York Eastern Standard Time, New England time. But I just wanted to drop it. I'm on like 150. It's been a crazy week. It's been a crazy day. This is the first video I have dropped in, I don't know, a couple months. I just needed some time. It's been quite a lot of things going on. I will save that for another day. But I wanted to make sure that, just, again, like I said at the beginning of the video, with everything going on with COVID and everything going on in war, I feel like people are very concerned about what they have, and what they can hold on to, and what may or may not be there if something happens. And I think it's really important to think about those things and take those things into consideration, and also take into the consideration things are happening in the world. And if you are on a knowledgeable side of things, you will end up coming out in a good place. And I feel like the only way that we grow as a community, the only way that we grow as a society, the only way we grow as races, the only way we grow as a people is if we share information, so that we can discuss things, and so that we can go back and forth with things and come to better solutions and figure out how we can, I don't know, get better at getting good at stuff. You know what I mean? But like, subscribe, whatever you gotta do. Send this to somebody that doesn't know what to invest into, and let's have a conversation. We're keeping it rolling. I'm just glad you guys are here. And yeah, that's all I got for you. I'm gonna go to bed because I got work at 11. but we're all good, and it was a pleasure, and I hope you guys have a great night. Stay motivated, stay positive. We're gonna get through it. This is temporary. Everything is temporary, and it's about you being consistent. It's about you being diligent. It's about you having plans and staying focused on the plans that you have, and refusing to waver from those plans. Refusing to waver from the things that you have been shown that you are supposed to do, you need to do, you have to do, you're called to do. And that's it, because I'm going to start preaching. Have a great night, you guys. Hit that subscribe button. We out, baby.